You're late, Squire. Get here and start working. Now listen up, squires. Horses are not merely beasts of burden, they are crucial companions for a knight. A horse gives one great advantages in combat, such as mobility and powerful momentum. A lance strike from a mounted knight can devastate even the toughest of foes in a single impact. But power and mobility aren't the greatest advantage these horses give. Instead, it is to be noticeable. Mounted commanders are easier seen by their foot soldiers. Their commands can be better heard. Baron Riviere, the legendary knight known as the Moonblade, is known to be very skilled in mounted combat. A knight's mount is his status symbol. Such were his words of wisdom. This is an outrage. Why must we wallow in this cesspit? We are learning to be knights, are we not? We should be on top of these horses, not behind them. Unfortunately, princess, that only applies to knights, not squires. And what is the point of doing this? 'Tis useless to learn what we will never need to do. To do this again or not isn't the point of this training, squire. Yes, you will probably never do this again, but someone will have to do it. Someone will have to clean your horses for you, so that you can sit and lounge around lazily. Someone will have to feed them, so they have the strength to carry you on their back. Do you even notice there are people, real people, doing all these things for you? Just like what I thought. Then this is the perfect training for you. I'll be back in a while. Don't stop picking up those nice, squishy balls of dung. Harsh, but with special area there. Kind of an unpleasant girl, she is. Grr, so when Lord Elaine talked about duty, he meant shoveling shit out of the stable. The Master at Arms did have a point there, though. Most nobles tend to forget that there are people doing the small things we take for granted. I know, but still. Guess it's just not the kind of training I imagined it'd be. Thou and I both, Renaud. This kind of lowly task is truly beneath nobility. Eek! Please, don't bite me. Don't worry, Camille. She's quite sweet. See? See, you can pat her like this. She won't bite you if you're nice to her. I see. I'm not quite used to all these, tasks. As with me, and I would imagine none of us. Yet it seems Lucien and Isaac are unmoved by this horrible stench. How could ye stand it? Me? Well, it's a bit different for me. I've been in the LaRue cavalry since I was 14. I'm used to horses now. 14? I would imagine thou need some training before being accepted into the ranks. Was it because thou were a LaRue that the cavalry allowed thee in at such youth? Of course not. The LaRue hold the banner with pride, and even I have to earn my place there. That's why my lord uncle started teaching me to fight ever since I could handle a weapon. Back then I was 7, if I recall correctly. 7? Dear deuce! Isn't it rare for a girl to train so early? Maybe. I've been watching Lord Uncle since I was little, though, so it wasn't that odd for me. I guess if it's the Ravager that teaches you, it's to be expected. Wait, what? You were trained by the Ravager himself? He's my uncle. There's nothing weird about being taught by your uncle. Yes, but not everyone has the privilege of being the pupil of the legendary Lord Severin. Illy is a little lost. Who is this person you're talking about? Lord Severin LaRue, also named the Ravager, perhaps the greatest swordsman alive in this realm. Legend has it that he's won 100 wars and has never been defeated in battle. I think I've heard about him battling the Fey forces as well. Do the elves never talk of him? No, not really. We don't speak much about humans in general. Ila used to think that you are enigmatic creatures roaming the world outside the forests. If anyone is enigmatic, that would be the elves, Ilian. Anyway, I want to personally see what someone trained by the Ravager can do. Is that a challenge, De La Forêt? Hey, stop chatting and finish your work, squires. If you don't work faster, I'll make you clean the chamber pots as well. Finished at last. Now can we take a bath, O Master-at-Arms? A bath? Far from it. Your task for the day is merely halfway done. You see this entire carriage full of dung? You have to deliver it to Mudtown, west of the city. Mudtown? Is it a town made of mud? No, not really. So why is it called Mudtown? Because there's a river and it's muddy? I don't know, kid. It's just a name. So why are we taking this dung pile there? Do they need it for something? For fertilizers. Gotta send them fresh so the villagers can grow good vegetables. Humph. What's that I hear? Did you say chuckle at me, boy? And a little odd language there, isn't it? Ha! Another timid squire, I see. Not even brave enough to admit what he did. Is this how you want to live your nightly life, Isaac? Hiding when you're confronted? Is that wussy kind of life the one you're aiming for? If not, then tell it to my face. Manure isn't used fresh, Master-at-Arms. They have to compost it for weeks before it can be used. If you use it straight from the horse, it won't be vegetables that grow, but weeds. Really? Yes, fresh dung contains too much water, which makes it easy for weeds to grow. If left to compost, the dung will dry up, which makes it easier for vegetables to grow. That's surprisingly insightful, Isaac. There, not so hard, isn't it, Squire? Now, instead of being known as meek, others will think you're knowledgeable. You do seem to have know-how about agriculture. Do plainsmen do a lot of farming? Not that much. I just learned about it. Now listen up, squires. This is a very important lesson. More often than not, traveling is a dangerous task. Everywhere, roads are infested with wild animals and criminals alike. To mitigate these dangers, you should split into parties of 3 and prepare for encounters. A party of 3 can work well together. More than that, and a fight turns cluttered and chaotic. Also, while the 3 stand in the front lines, the others can handle other tasks, such as guarding the cart. I would prefer to take the vanguard rather than being in the proximity of this horrendous stench. Me too. Let me go ahead and have a swing at my axe. You know it'll take a while to have all of you fight over who does what. So here's how it'll go. Camille, pick 2 to go with you and range ahead. The rest will stay with the cart and depart a few minutes after you. Do I have to pick? Well then... Characters, join the party. Woo! You can switch active party members to reserve at any time out of combat. To do it, access the menu, and I'm going to read just normal voice because this is just instructions. And change the party composition. The active party is a team that will fight battles. The party leader cannot be set to reserve and must always remain in the active party. Do you understand what I'm saying, squires? I already understand everything. Good, now go and return before sunset. Be careful of wild mongrels out there. The mountain roads can be treacherous. Woohoo, we get to set ourselves a party. And, well, obviously party. We will switch Ilian out for Arya because I do not like Arya. I'm not certain how I feel about Isaac yet. Bernard, I'm a little iffy on. Lucien, Ilian, and Camille seem alright. Yes, I'm making my decisions on how I feel about the characters. That will happen quite often. Now, where are we going again? I didn't pay close attention. We're going to Mudtown, village west of the city. To reach it, I should follow a mountain path which starts at the commons to the right side of the church. Okay, let's find the church then. I don't think I saw a church around here. So, let us see if we can find said church. It's obviously not up here. So we'll, I guess, just wander around. What do you got to say, Free? Sorry, entrance to this area is currently restricted. Please come back later. Alright, well that's obviously not it. What do you have to say, sir? Welcome to Upper Levantine, where nobles and gentries reside in the city. Please mind your manners in this area. Whoa, you startled me there, Squire. What would you do if I fell into the flux because of it? Laugh at you? Probably. And then make sure nobody's around to see. Seems the wise decision, correct? Ah, are you the new Squires of Levantine? My, how adorable. Especially you, dear Ryan. It's said that your intellect embarrasses even most scholars. Alright, what do we have here? A graveyard, I think, that I can't get into. I wonder, is that supposed to be like inside? Ooh, safe spot. Ah, that noise goes on for a little too long. Okay. Can't go there. Ooh, is that a shop? I like shops. How do I get down there? What is this? This is Wolf Paul's Levantine City Plaza, so to speak. When someone needs to address the whole city, they would stand on top and speak. Alright. And yeah, these look like shops. I would like... Welcome, honored squires. Come and take a look at my wares. I have no money, so yeah. Okay, well, that was done quick enough. So let us see what is over here, perhaps. I suppose a little better directions than to the right of the church probably would be useful. Oh yeah, I've got to push a button to zone out. That doesn't seem right. I don't know, maybe it is. I didn't see a church, though. Well, let's see what this guy says. Because beasts lurking to the mountains. It did say something about the mountains then, right? Let's check that real quick. Follow a mountain path which starts at the commons. Okay, I think this is the right direction then. So... Ooh, first combat. Let's fight it. Yeah, spiders. Okay. Sharpen bolt, which we're familiar with. Let's attack the one that goes... Nah, if we attack the one that goes left, we might be able to prevent it from going. Range spinnerets. I don't know what that did. Generation. Oh, that's nice. And volley is also pretty nice. Well, we make one attack and we'll get volley up. Okay, we're probably not going to need it. Okay. What skills do we have? Battlefield Tyrant. Raises enemy aggression to Lucienne, raises Lucienne's defense for 3 turns, and removes poison, bleed, and blight from Lucienne and restores a small amount of HP. So this is basically taunt and defense. That's pretty nice. I think if we start off with that, it will let us have fewer attacks made on us, so... Seems a good idea. Attack her. Smaller amount of damage, that's fine. And, I don't know, maybe I could even get away with healing her up a little bit? Oh yeah, that did pretty nice. And the other one is Body Perfection, which I'm not that worried about. And they're dead. And I'm close to full HP.